Hey, Darnell here. I'm going to show you what you get when you first get your ad server. Let me get up here and show you. Come in a box like this here. Okay. And once you take the little plastic off, you'll see that your system comes in a box like this. So the package like this. Here's all your cords and stuff. This is your extender, because normally you'll have this on the back of your TV, but this allows it to dongle down and hang so that you can mount your ad server, which is a micro PC here, right here. And let me see, take it out of the pack. That's what it looks like. Has a little cap on it for the HDMI connector. Has the two USBs, power supply for like a standard Android, but it takes a 2.5 amp Android power pack. Power supply on and off button, or power on and off button. This SD card, you can use this for the internetless version, where you can put your ads on a drive, make that a D drive, and that's also on the website. But anyway, that's what that is. I'm going to put it back in the bag right now because I'm working on another one. What else you get? Like I say, you get the little dongle that extends the HDMI port, and you get your power supply that works with all kind of different plugs. Here's all the different kind of plugs. We're going to use the US version, so let me find that one right here. Take that out right there. And get your power supply, put that in there with the round side out. See here, and then click it into place. Then you're ready to power up your device. Alright, so now I'm going to set one up from the beginning. So what I did was, I have a keyboard from Walmart. You can see it here. Costs $19. It's a wireless keyboard. Comes with a little dongle like this. Put that in one of the USB ports before you power it up. And let's go ahead and plug this in. I have myself an extender for my HDMI connector, so I don't need the little dongle, but that would be normally what you put on the back. Let's go ahead and power this up. Normally it'll wake up when you first plug it in. And you see the blue light turned on, if you can see it from there. Yep. And the TV will fire up here in a minute. So take a few minutes to wake it up. Now this is what I do when I first get the units. And I am going to move the camera up so you can see up there a little better. Let's see, you might be able to see everything now. Okay. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is select whether we are, what kind of keyboard we're going to use. So, see right here, I don't know if you can see my mouse right there. Right here is going in different languages. So I'm going to have to wait. We pick the right language. And sort of bounces around and bounces around until I pick one. See this little blue button over here? So once that comes up, then I can pick the right language. I'll wait till it goes to my language, which is English. Still going. Okay, here we go. Skip. Now I can do that. This is the longest part of setting up one. This is why when you buy an ad server from me, I do it already. Alright, I set to English. Say yes. United States for yes. This might be different for you. US again for the keyboard layout. And I'm going to skip the secondary keyboard layout. I'm going to connect it to my Wi-Fi. This is why you really need a keyboard. And you'll need a keyboard when you put it on location so you connect to their Wi-Fi. Alright, so next. And I was looking for updates. I hope it doesn't need updates because that'll take forever. I'll have to pause the camera for that. Meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this one online. Okay, accept. Now, one thing I don't like about these Windows itself, sometimes it makes you log in with a Microsoft password. And I think I can skip it if I do it a different way. I think I can, let me see, I think I can do this right here. Let's see, X, even though this is a real one, I'm gonna make it skip it. Let's see here. And I'm gonna say, I think if I can put in like some bad password, if I do it a couple times, see right here, it says skip for now. That's what we want to do. We're going to skip it. That way we don't have to log into Microsoft. We'll say we don't want any of this stuff, any of these ways to sign in. Now, who's going to use this PC? This is actually for a friend of mine named Arvin. So I'm going to go ahead and put Arvin here. And I'm going to actually name it the first machine, so Arvin 01. And I'm going to no password, so when a password comes up, just say next, no password. So the system can log in without anybody messing with it. And we don't want Cortana. And we can turn off a lot of the stuff. We can leave the location stuff on. We can turn off the diagnostics, the speech recognition, and the tailored experience with whatever. And relative ads, we don't want any of that stuff. Accept that. Now it's going to reboot. Well, not reboot, I think it's going to boot into the OS now. Again, let me go ahead and try to do this. And this is what I have to do with each machine that's ordered, and everyone is tailored to the client. So that when you get them, you just put a keyboard on it, hook it up to the internet, set your sizing for your screen, and then you're off to the races. Alright, see if this is connected yet. I think I'm connected to the internet. Yep. Or, yeah, because I think this is connected via direct connection anyway. Okay. Now, while we're waiting for this, there's a website that really controls your boards, even if you don't have a website at all. I have a website that is used so that you can upload your ads and stuff like that from anywhere in the world. It is the main website that controls the system. So let me go ahead and open up a browser here. That thing might be trying to update stuff. I hope not, because it'll take forever. So what happens in reality is Once you have your machine set up and you install it at the location and it's connected to the internet, when you come back home, you're going to need a regular computer so you can control those machines that are out in the out and about, out in your location. We call those host locations because you're virtually hosting those systems. They're out there, you're controlling them from here. All right, so before I go here, let's take a look up here. Look like we're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to close all this stuff. So the system is online. And one of the first things I want to do is make sure that there's no screen blanking and all that kind of stuff that's on here. And I think I can do that by, is it personalized? Let's see if that's what it is. Okay. So we don't want, under screen lock, we don't want a screen lock. Let's see if we can turn that off. See if we can turn off that screen locking. The screensaver settings. We don't want a screensaver. And under the power settings, I think we say here under choose when you're turning your display off. We do not want the display to turn off ever. Okay? Save that. That way it's, because you want it to run continuously. Shut all that stuff down, shut this stuff down. Even right here I think you can get to it. See screen timeout, never. So we can get to it. And I just went to it a different way. Alright, looks like right. Now you want to notice what the resolution is by default. Normally it's going to be 1920 by 1080. And we'll leave that the way it is. So now the system's set up so it won't go to sleep. Another thing you might want to do is right mouse click on this bar right here and go to the taskbar and say automatically hide taskbar in desktop mode. Okay, even though it'll do it anyway normally, but I like to turn that on. Alright, so now let's go to the internet. Let's set this machine up. Let me back up. There's one thing we need to do. We need to go to the system and the settings. And I have to set this to the proper server by changing the name of the system, not just the text, the actual name of the system. You find that in the system and about page. And on the bottom here, and see it says rename this PC. I'm going to rename this to Arvin-01. And that's going to be Arvin's new network. This will require a reboot. So I'm going to say reboot later because I have to install some other stuff. Okay? Now let me go ahead and get on the internet. And first we're going to do this. We're going to go to Digital Advertising Media.com. And it didn't go there the way I wanted it to go. So I should have put it up here. Let me just highlight all that. Copy that. I don't like Bing anyway. Let me paste it here. And that'll take it to the website. Let's expand this for a minute. Alright, so we go to the main website. Notice I've changed it a lot. Maybe because I had a little issue with my theme. This is WordPress based, by the way. So I'm going to go down here to on the side here where it says downloads. Okay. And the first one I want is, let me see if I can see it. And I don't see it. Nope. So I'm going to go over here to the web. I'll type in VNC. See if this is the right one. No, it's not VNC, it's VLC. VLC. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go to the official download area for VLC. I use the VLC player, with this system because it's actually maintained by the world, which means I don't have to do it myself. I'm going to do this, and I think this is a 64-bit system, so I'm going to go ahead and install, you know, I'm just going to say Windows. Let that download. Even though this is a 64-bit processor, I'm going to use the regular one anyway. Go ahead and run it. Sort of weird that it asked me to run it even though it wasn't downloaded yet, which was really strange. So right now it's downloading the drivers for the video control stuff, which I heavily use in this system. I was using something else, but YouTube keeps changing what they do, so I can't, you know, they try to block me from streaming their video. So I found a plugin that I can use that is updated all the time, and if YouTube makes changes, it'll make a change. So from time to time you might just have to update your VLC software, and it'll update the system. Alright, it's like 34 seconds remaining. Meantime, I'm down here, and I'm going to go here to another place called A to Z Billboards Post. That's what the company used to be called, and I sort of didn't like the mini billboard part of it, so I changed it to DAM because it was a whole lot better, Digital Advertising Media, which made it a little more broad because I'm a web developer also, so it makes it a little more broad for me to market. Alright, so it looks like it's running it up there now. There we go. We're going to go ahead and install it. And so it takes this file and then also another file, which is the actual software that runs the billboard stuff itself. It is still doing something. I always thought it wasn't doing anything, but it is doing something. Let's see what we got here. Two different chromes. So in this software, basically this is where you go to actually control your billboard. So you'd have to log in here, you'd have to get an account. And I set that up with you personally. And once you log in, I'm going to log in here myself. You find your area here. So it's just like an image processor or like a photo album type of software. Find your area, click on it, and then you'll see your billboards inside. One meaning a large screen and the other is your side screen. This thing up here is, okay, waiting on me. Here we go. Next. Just do the next, just install it all. Normally, remember, I do this for you unless you're going to do your own. And still, when you do your own, you still have to activate it through Digital Advertising Media for $50 each time you do it one time. That allows me to set up the server side for each one of your ad servers. We call these ad servers, by the way. This little computer, because it's serving ads, of course. I don't know what I did with the other one. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. It's so little, get lost. Well, yeah, we call these ad servers. I mean, any computer that uses Windows can work. Even back to probably, maybe even back to Windows 95 even. I know to work on Windows 98. Because I try to make it so it can be used everywhere with just some old computers laying around. Alright, so this is finished. And I suggest that you let it open it just to make sure it works. and go ahead and say allow. Let's see, allow media access, regularly check for updates. Well, that's fine. We'll do that. All right, so there you have it. So now we can just close it. All right, you didn't need it anymore. Let's go back to the main website, and what we want to install is DAM Live Setup. And I'm going to go ahead and open it. Got Amber Alert. Okay. And it says, how do I want to open the file? Open it with my File Explorer. And it's a zip file, but Windows understands zips. So we're just going to run the open zip file. And I think I ran it. I'll wait for a second. Yep, I ran it. Sometimes the double tap I don't get right. Because this pad is cool because you just double tap it for a open. We're going to run it. And just say yes to all the stuff. And you might want to put your name in here, even though it doesn't require, but it needs something. I'm just going to put Arvin in here. Let it use the folder and the name of its own. Let it finish itself. Finish it. And it's going to, now you can reboot it. Let me go ahead and reboot it. Now it's not going to work the first time. I haven't set up the server yet, but that is actually now set up. Except for sizing of the screen. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So in the meantime, I don't know what this is. Let me see if I can find. He's already on the system or not. Yeah, it looks like maybe not. So I'm going to go ahead and add a folder. See how it comes up? Now it's trying to wake up again. Now normally, what it'll do is when it wakes up now, it's going to go into the mode of running the system. But I'm not even going to let that happen in this video because I have to set the server up and let it work. But I'm showing you just how to install it and set it up for the first time. And I'm going to let it run, but it won't be running for real. But I want to make it so I can size the screen, okay? Because the sizing of the screen happens at every location individually. And when it first fires up, it's going to try to run. Okay, so you see it come up. Notice it's going to be offset. It won't find a way to update its screen because I don't have it set to the server. So this is probably going to sit there for a while. Oh, I guess I did have an Arvin set up, so it's actually going to try to run. Alright, so now let me go ahead and set the screen up. Now right now when it's running like that, it's actually running for real. Notice how the words are too low and that's not far enough because this is a different screen. I don't know how this screen is set up. So there's a special little trick you do on the keyboard. It's still actually downloading ads. Downloading ads that go over here now. And once it gets going, we'll wait until it's running again. And that's scrolling by for the second time, and it's actually running. The system's actually in process. So now, what we're going to do on the keyboard is press the plus key, okay? And to get to the plus, you have to have shift and you hit plus. Notice the screen move for a second. So now what we want to do is hold in the plus key until that screen up there stretches to fill the screen. And it takes a few seconds. Could be a minute or two, depending on how big your screen is. And it's based on resolution, so it's going to default to 1024 by 768. So depending on whatever the resolution of the screen that you set under Windows is, that's what's going to allow you to have to stretch it or whatever. If you can set your Windows mode to 1024 by 768, then it will be automatically set up perfectly. The reason why I use that lower screen limit is because it makes the pixels bigger and it makes your graphics much brighter. Okay, so I'm still looking here. It's still got a ways to go. Let me let it go for a minute and then it can go and get another ad that might be white. There we go. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Now this is a tire location, or a tire service center that we're actually showing. This is actually their board. I'm just mirroring it right now. I'm almost to the end. And when we get right close to the end, we stop. Then we can hit the minus key if we want to back up a little bit, which it looks like I had to. Now, notice it's too far down. So I'm going to hit the U key for up. And it's just hitting U without a shift until I get to about right there. Now, there's a special little trick. If I hit the H key, there's going to be some words that show up, but I don't see them, so I must not be up far enough. Hit H again. See the little words starting to show up? Let me go up some more. Alright, so now, see those words are right at the tip. So now if I hit H, that right there helps you identify what's in the machine for like service capability, if you have some kind of error checking. Tells you what server you're connected to, what version of software, when it's going to go and update again for the next billboard. Hit it again. What file it's actually looking at, which is right here. Let's see here. Whether the system is active, and it is. The actual size that's used for the billboards. Now, it won't be right until it reboots for the second time, so this is not currently correct. And if the D drive, which is an external drive, if that's active, and it's not, it's false. When it's D drive, that would say true. So now it's like this. It looks like it's perfect, so we're going to hold the Shift key and hit S for saving. See the window pops up. We're going to say OK. And then, if we hit any key, I think even a space bar will get us out. We can run it again. And this time I'm going to run the mini billboard start, which will update the system to the newest version of the software. Alright, let that run for 30 seconds or whatever it takes. Because right now it's going to get a new version of itself to bring it up to date even after you've just installed it. And wait for a second, you'll see this all of a sudden say, see, updating ad server. Now it has the new version. Notice that looks different now. And watch. Notice it doesn't see itself yet for what the sizing is, but it'll notice it in a minute because it takes that file locally. Boom, see, corrected itself. Now it looks pretty good, and it's actually ready to run. And that's it. Now you're in business. Now from now on, it'll wake up and run each time. And we can test that by doing this. Let's just turn it off. Shut the machine off. Alright, this would be like for the next morning or whatever. I normally leave these running and just turn the TV off, but let the system run because it has a fan in it and all this stuff is designed to run. Alright, so once this blue light goes off, which it is, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on. I don't need the keyboard anymore, so you can just now put it away and just turn the power back on, and that's on right here. Hit the power, and then sit back and wait. See what happens. It's pretty simple. Alright, so now it's woke up. Now instead of it running the mini billboard start, it's going to run the current version of the billboard system in the system right now. You only have to run that mini billboard start if you want to force an update. In future versions of the software, I'm going to make it so it forces its own update. See, it's firing up by itself. It's going to fix its sizing. There it is. That little G stands for good. Everything's good. If it was an I, that means the internet's something's wrong with the internet. I only do that so that when it's out in the field, people don't see errors. You would be the only one that know what that is, and it would still run like normal, but it's not working. You know, it's going to run the ads that are local. It won't be getting any updates. All right. So since it didn't see any updates, you notice it's not downloading any more ads because I already checked the server to see if it's the same as what's on the server in here. And if it's the same, then it doesn't do any updates. So it'll just sit there and run what's current. If I go and change some things in here, then an hour from now or when that time's out, it'll go and make the differences and change, whether it be video, or anything. Now, there's also software that you put on your desktop that can control other things, like the words that are here, whether it's 2 screens or just a full screen, whether there's music playing here or not, because it can play music while it's doing this. Then when the video comes up, it turns the music off and then plays whatever, and when that goes off, it turns the music back on for like ambient music. And you can use Shoutcast for that music, which means you can get any kind of genre of music for free. Real good for ambient music, like at a restaurant or whatever. You can have this tied to the system, you know. What else? You can also, from the desktop software, which is called Desktop Control Panel, it will allow you to go live with a video without bothering this. So let's say you want to do a live video, you want to go live with YouTube or something like that. You can go here, you can create your YouTube channel, set up your camera, whatever, get the URL for YouTube Live, go to Desktop Control Panel, pick your display out in the field, your remote servers, put it in, say go live, and within 30 seconds the system will go live. Okay? And that's basically about it. So it's going to rotate these ads that it has in the system until doomsday, or until you change it. I might be able to find that system up here. Let's see where it is. I have no idea where it is actually. It might take me a minute to figure it out. Oh, here it is, right here. Alright, so I already click in there. That's this system right here. So I went into the digital indoor advertising, and this part right here, you can see it on the screen, is this area of the screen, and then this one that's, you know, vertical is that part of the screen. So it's like 2 buckets, and if I were to click in that bucket, then I can change the ads that are inside there, which are here, and you'll see the icon representations of those ads. If I go back and I can click on this side, and you'll have many of these if you have multiple ad servers, so you can see the ads that are running over here. These are GIF files, these are JPEG files, and they're that way by design. Lowercase JPEG, lowercase GIF. That version of JPEGs don't include coding, so a hacker can't get into your system. Okay? And that's about it. So this one's ready to rock and roll. You see it's running well. The time is right. Everything looks like it's up and running. So that's how you set up one from the beginning if you have to do it yourself. And that last part, if I give it to you already set up, then you're going to have to set it up and hook up to the internet with a keyboard, set up the wireless component, size it, and save it. From that point on, it'll remember, and then you can go on to your next machine. Now, if you go and change your screen, it might change. So you might have to set up the sizing again. You know, like get a bigger screen or a smaller screen, because it has to match itself with what Windows has set up. Okay? I used to have another way to set that up, but this is the perfect way, because you'll have perfect setting, and it doesn't matter what your screen size is. Alright? Till next time. I will see you later.